Hi, I'm Anne, and I'm in the process of moving to France, and I'm going to tell you a story of what led to this place. This year I'll turn 50 this July. I'm really excited, and people wonder why I would be excited about that. I'll tell you, I can't believe I made it this far. I'm shocked, in fact. Stay tuned, I'll tell you all about it. In 2014, my life was split in half, it was torn apart. My husband had filed for divorce, and I found myself as a single mother of three. And the story just gets crazier and crazier as it goes along. And just when I think things are calm and settled, everything blows up again. And no one could make this stuff up. Wait and see. In 2013, he filed, and I was devastated, of course, but we didn't love each other anymore. It was over, and I knew that. It was still hard. Uh, I'd hoped for a friendly divorce and did not get one. So I'll tell you about it. When he filed, we discussed it and decided to be amicable, friendly with each other and cooperate. But after about a month, uh, things got wild at the house, and I ended up having to move out. I had about 15 minutes to pack. There were police there waiting for me. Um, they had been called for self-protection, but they couldn't make an arrest, so we had to go. Otherwise, I was going to get it. I'm not going to go into details. So the kids and I loaded up in the car. We drove to Whole Foods Market, and from there, I called my friend who had a condo for sale downtown, and she agreed to let me use it. I was going to pay her every month, and I was going to help her stage it. I was going to photograph it so that she could more easily sell it. And it was a great arrangement. And the children and I had a blast downtown. It was absolutely fun. It really was. It was the festivals, art galleries, theaters. It was so fun. It was one of the happiest moments I've had with my children. And even though we were in a studio apartment all piled in there together, it just made us closer. It was cramped and sometimes uncomfortable, but we had fun. And I felt a sense of freedom. I'd made a choice. For the first time in a long time, I decided where I was going to live. And I moved into my first apartment. And I'll have to say, it felt good. It felt like an adventure. And I was excited, actually. I just wanted the divorce over. I wanted that cleaned up and tidied up so we could have peace. And it went on for about a year. He kept calling me into court with his attorney. I kept paying my attorney. It was such a financial drain. I wanted it over so badly. Uh, Once I got called in for an alimony hearing again, it was like the third time. He wanted more money. And at that moment, uh, our attorneys were talking, and the divorce got settled that day. And I'll have to say, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's true. It was one of the happiest moments of my entire life, just to be finished with that. And then I felt like I was going to be like truly free, and I felt like the children could have peace. We could go on with our lives at last, and he was going to leave us alone. Or so I thought. That's not what happened. My divorce was rather messy. My attorney, who was near retirement age, said it was the second messiest divorce he'd ever seen in his entire career. I asked him about the messiest one just to find out what all went on. I was curious to know. And he said it was really, really bad because it was a couple. They were getting divorced. They were separating because the wife was having an affair. And the husband ended up moving out of the house, and she moved her boyfriend in. And apparently he didn't think that was okay. He didn't like that. So he released hundreds and hundreds of feeder mice into the crawl space of the house. The attorney told me that story, and he said there was more, but that gives you an idea of the worst one. Mine wasn't that bad. It seemed that bad to me. But it was over, and I thought things would just be more settled, peaceful. We would go on with our lives. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Something happened 3 years later that was completely bizarre. I would never, in 100 years ever expect what happened next.